This Bad Lads is incredible. Holy smokes, it's a three-seater.
What are you guys doing rooting around in my shed here?
How much would it take for you to lose your marbles? Yeah! Tell me what you'd want for everything.
$75,000.
Whoa! Step back in time. I love it. The strategy was go for the throat.
You guys want to go to the suicide shed?
Watch yourself here, Shell. Oh, I want that. Please?
I don't think so.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithland.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
It's a beautiful morning. We've got a pick to be had.
Straight north of Calgary and Wetaskiwin.
Looking forward to meeting Stan Reynolds.
I am,
wow.
too. Yeah, he's been around for a long time in this part of the province. Stan Reynolds has been a legend in this part for a bunch of years. He's been a big collector of automobilia, pretty much anything that moves, airplanes, military, and he's got a great museum. I heard that he's having a bit of a fire sale on some stuff because he sold property and he's got to move, so that could be good.
Hey, look at the sign.
Well, there goes Stan Reynolds.
Must be the place. Wow. Look at this place.
That's unbelievable. Look at the old buildings. Looks like he's got some old outbuildings that he's had transported to here.
These are like airport hangars.
Yeah, really. Yeah, great Art Deco sign.
Let's go meet Mr. Reynolds.
Stan, how are you?
Well, I'm still alive.
Good to meet you. Scott Cousins. Stan Reynolds had an antique store for years and years in Wetaskiwin.
I started collecting in about 1948.
And the rest is history.
Stan's son wanted to clear the property. They allowed the museum to come through and take anything they needed, and everything else was up for grabs and priced.
Okay, so you guys want to go? And
Yeah, we better go check it out. We met Mark, who's essentially his right-hand man. He asked if Mark could walk us around and gave Mark the authority to deal on anything we wanted to buy. Well, look at the cars, Sheldon. It's like a graveyard of cars.
Don't get started now.
I got to take a quick look at that. Wow. With rare exception, the majority of the cars were late 40s, early 50s models.
Wasn't the Hudson a classic in her day? You ever seen anything like this, Scott?
I can honestly say I have never seen anything like this.
Yeah, Stan's a self-made man, and he was a Royal Canadian Air Force pilot during the war. And after the war, when he'd fly over this area, he'd spot carcasses. It might be old farm implements, it might be automobiles, things that he went and salvaged and turned that into just a major collection. Brilliant when you think about it.
Yeah, although, holy smokes. See, that's what I want. Got the great fin on the back of it. Hey, can I get in there and take some hood ornaments off those?
I don't think so.
No? When you make them into an ornament that's on a wood block or something, I've sold those for good money. Looks like it's an Indian head. Oh, I want that. Please?
You can buy the whole car, probably around 200.
How about 10 bucks for the car? I'll take the ornament and leave the rest.
10 bucks for the car, 190 for the ornament.
Ah, you're killing me.
I love when Scott gets into a pick.
Sheldon, look at this. This is hilarious.
Oh,
it's like
isn't
a
that
conquistador.
beautiful? I sort of feed off of him.
Now, I have to say, I've never seen a conquistador hood ornament. I'm thinking if I can figure out enough of these, we might have to make an offer on the cars and just take the hood ornaments and leave the rest.
Oh, no.
Man, I love these hood ornaments. I guess we better go back in the direction we were going.
This is incredible, though, isn't it?
Well, it's an awful big shed. There must be some stuff in there.
Oh, a couple things.
Yeah?
Here it is.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'll take a walk down here.
All right.
Yep, and I'll cover the next aisle.
It was interesting when I started looking in the cases. Two things struck me. One, that there was some pretty interesting things, but the prices were outrageously high.
Boy, even I'm shocked at that price.
And if you were shocked at that one, you're going to be shocked at this one, too. And two, there were a lot of empty spaces. I get that feeling that we're not the first person in here. Not even the fifth person in here.
We were about the 15,000th people through there.
Yeah, lots of things have been sold out of here.
You see, you've got some hood ornaments. The ones I'm looking for are the old Pontiac ones with the Indian heads on them.
They went fast here.
These wrenches here, I'm looking for ones that have Harley Davidson or Indian or
No, those would have
Case.
already been sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that wasn't outrageously priced had been sold. The spear, it looks like it's got some age to it.
We were looking at the leftovers, and I could see why a lot of them were leftovers.
It's got 165. I don't, I mean, it's a neat thing. It's an interesting thing, but
They had goofy prices on them,
I could see us getting 75 out of that.
which means we offer 25.
Well, or maybe 30.
Like, I'd have to have more than that.
There's been a lot of people through here, and it's still here. We're here to buy if you want to sell.
It's getting older as it goes, right?
Yeah, and I'll be dead before it sells. What we're gonna do, I think, on some of these things that we still think you're too high on is we're gonna put a package together, and then maybe we're gonna try and do a bulk deal at the end with some of them, okay?
All right.
I'm not interested in any of this stuff at the prices that you've got on them. Buttons, military cap badges, all priced between $7.50 and $20 an item. But if you were to give me a blow-me-out lot price on all of them, so cheap I can't refuse it, I might not refuse it.
Like $1 a piece?
There had to be $1,000 worth of stuff at his prices, 40 bucks for all of them.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, perfect, good. I'm feeling better now. Once I made the deal on all those pins and cap badges and buttons, I was feeling pretty good.
Is that a powder horn?
Well, it could be. I'm not really sure if they're powder.
The strategy was go for the throat, quite frankly. Would you say 60 for the two of them?
Yep, that I can do.
What about these two powder horns? Could we say 60 on these two?
I could do 60 on those two.
Done.
Yep.
This old saddle maker's tree, what would you need for that?
Oh, 30 bucks.
I'm happy to say I was vicious. 30 bucks is fair. Let's say sold.
Okay.
All right? Perfect.
It seems like you got quantity on these scrapers. That's what that is, isn't it, Sheldon? It's a hide scraper?
Exactly. Sort of thing I'd say 15 bucks on.
Yeah.
I'd have to go 30, though.
I can't do that. Oh, another one of those scrapers right there. That looks to me like a better scraper.
That one I'd take a stab at 15.
Oh, you stabbed me all right.
Yeah.
If you want to be really generous, Scott, I would say 50 for the two.
I don't want to be really generous. I want to make money.
I can't do that much. For both of them, 80 bucks.
Is that your best price, or is that your...
That is just the absolute best price that you could ever get.
And is that your best price if we package them together with the other one over there?
Oh, the other one.
Yeah. His prices were way too high on all of them.
I'll put them with the other ones.
Okay.
And I know we're coming back to look at those before the day, and we're going to put a real stink bid on them.
Oh, I don't know.
The stink bid is you take the lowest possible amount that you think would be reasonable, and then you half it. That's a stink bid.
So, you guys want to go to the suicide shed?
Who wouldn't?
It sounds like our kind of place.
Go ahead.
Oh, you first, Scott. Really?
I'm not sure.
I
Just a
insist.
second here. Oh, cow. Watch yourself here, Shell.
Oh, yeah. I'm scared to touch anything because it could all come down on us.
What a pile of rusty old stuff.
Ah, the smell of oxidizing iron.
I got a feeling from Mark that he would be very generous. That's not a bad one, right?
It was becoming more evident that this stuff was either going to sell to somebody,
This is a nice one there.
or if it was metal, it was going to go to scrap iron.
What are we talking, a bucket throw on these?
Well, it was sort of like $5. So
What if we took 10? Could you say a bucket throw at 10?
10?
10
How about
saws.
20 bucks for 10?
15 bucks is our final offer.
Okay, you twisted my arm.
Okay. What about these ridiculously big ice picks? Would you go a bucket throw on a few of these things too?
Yeah, I could.
Okay, I'm gonna haul these out of here before we kill ourselves. Thanks, Mark. I was getting really mercenary at that point. I saw some branding irons. What are we talking, a bucket throw on these?
Okay.
We took them all. 59 branding irons at a bucket throw. Look at the construction of this Sheldon. And we'll move them quick to a dealer for about 300 bucks. That was the best deal of the day. Do you have like about a gallon of Varsol?
What do you want to wash? Your hands?
Yeah. And then at the very end, those 3 Indian stone pieces, the spear, and I put a real stink bid. 100 bucks for all of them.
Yep, that I can do.
And he took it.
Fun, guys.
So I think he had about 600 priced on those. I know we're gonna make money on those pins and cap badges because I counted at least 30 cap badges we can get $2 a piece for, and everything else is profit, profit, profit.
It was tough picking, but just meeting Stan was worthwhile. He's a legend around here.
Well, you take care of yourself, and we'll come back and visit you again. Okay, thanks.
To follow in a bunch of other pickers and then still bird dog a few good things, well, that's what we do best. And so we drove away with a few dollars in our jeans, even after the dry cleaning bills.
Well, we got down, we got dirty. Stan was an interesting fellow, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's an institution. Wow.
I tell you, I bet you if you sat down with him over a few beers, you'd hear some stories.
Yeah.
It's like we're on fumes. I see that little flashing gas tank sign there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. We'll sit down and have a quick talk, yeah. You get the coffee? Well, Sheldon, we got a few picks and a lot of miles. Let's see where we're going.
It's north, up here at Lamont. That's the
way up
haul.
there.
Yeah, exactly. We got some serious mileage to put on. In fact, I think I should probably grab the wheel.
I don't feel good about that. After you.
Nice work there, Scott.
Thanks a lot for that. You remind me of a guy that you go out for dinner with that goes to the bathroom when the bill comes. Do you see how much it costs to fill this up? $100.
Yeah.
That makes this next pick that much more important that we got to get some stuff this time.
It was a little bit of a drive, but we thought, well, let's take a shot at this one. We heard about Dave.
Sheldon found him on the internet. I don't know what he was doing. Searching porn. I've got a feeling this is going to be an entirely different pick than we did yesterday.
Oh, yeah, this would be the place.
Holy smokes, I can see stuff in the field already. It looks like stuff everywhere. Yeah, he's got stuff. There's an old building filled with crap.
Looks like our kind of guy.
Well, hopefully I can find a nice motorcycle here.
It was kind of intriguing.
It's a little weird because there's like a snowmobile graveyard there. Possum Electric, there you go.
We didn't know what we were walking into.
You found it, buddy. You're taking the credit or the blame.
Hey, Dave, I'm Sheldon.
Sheldon?
Yeah.
Scott.
Scott?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
You have a lot of stuff.
Everything and anything.
Yeah.
When did you start collecting, Dave?
20 years ago when I moved here?
Hey, everybody around here must know that you're the parts guy.
Oh, no, I keep it quiet so nobody's bugging me all the time.
Yeah, I see you've got a bunch of trains.
All kinds of stuff.
Dave had collections of collections.
And there's some really nice cameras up there.
Looking around, you never know if you see that one treasure.
Yeah, I'm more looking for the late 60s, early 70s stuff, or punk, which would be in the 80s. Now, they're all too old for me.
That's Barbie dolls.
That it is. I'm not a big Barbie collector, but if I can find something right around the 1960 period, then I'll take a look at it. If it's any later than that, I'm not really interested. G.I. Joes, I'll look at as many as you got.
My poor G.I. Joe got burnt.
Dave's a real character.
Play a note.
She works.
Unlike some collectors, he brings it out and he's proud of it. Perfect mating of a man and machine.
That's the original advertisements for the Harley Davidsons. I got them out of Popular Mechanics books.
From my perspective, Dave was more of an accumulator than a collector.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff in here,
Way more stuff.
As I scanned the room, I saw there was a couple things that if we could get them for the right price, that we could make some money. I see you got a CNR lantern.
Oh, they're pretty expensive, those babies.
Pretty expensive is a relative term.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I would rather not sell them.
Dave's tough to do business with.
I think there's a little chip on the bottom in one spot.
That can make a big difference.
Yes.
What would you want?
$125.
Yeah, I don't think we can make any money off that. I think we thought it was going to be better than it was.
There's horsehair in there.
Yeah.
I took it apart one day and had a look at it.
What would you want for that one, Dave?
I got to get $50 out of that old bugger.
A little too rich to turn over, I think, at a profit.
All right.
If it's any good, he wants too much for it.
Head her on through.
All right. There were a few interesting things in one little display cabinet. You can see you've got some Inuit pieces here.
Yeah, this is stuff that I got when I worked in Alaska. You could go into a store up there and just buy it from the native Eskimos who made it.
That's incredible.
Okay, well, that's called baleen, and it comes from the mouth of the whale.
What would you say that ship is? It almost looks non-North American, doesn't
Exactly.
it? Now, is that a set of sealskin mitts back there or something?
Yeah.
And this is a real part of Northern Canadian history, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're lined with rabbit.
It's a great little collection, though. Tell me what you'd want for everything.
$75,000.
Whoa! Holy cow. Now, what's the one that's worth all the money?
The baleen boats.
Oh, okay.
They're $25,000 and $35,000 each.
I'm not sure where he got the impression that all of a sudden the baleen boats were super valuable.
And unless those things were filled with diamonds, they weren't worth the price he was asking. $25,000 and $35,000 each. Whoa!
Or I'm not selling them.
After Dave said that he wanted $75,000 for the entire grouping, I thought I'd maybe come back, would he consider 20? But I was scared that Scott might have a heart attack and Dave would say, okay, sold.
I'm not touching them. I'm staying away. Well, I think you better put those back.
Why don't we take it?
Because I'm scared now.
We continued looking at more collections of collections.
Chainsaws, boat motors, really old buggers.
Here you go, Sheldon. I'm the Black Knight, you're the White Knight.
Dueling saws? I don't think I was really all that interested in buying a chainsaw. And it certainly took more of a man to handle that thing than I could ever do.
This whole era of Honda was when they were trying to distinguish themselves from the Harley-Davidson bad boys, you know?
I'm making this one for my mom.
He just wasn't selling things that I was interested in.
Yeah, look at this, Sheldon. Look at the way, when you turn it this way, it looks like almost like a rocket. Once we're there, we're there. And we gotta buy something to make it worthwhile. Do you have any old motorcycle license plates?
Yeah, right here. Yellow ones are newer.
What would you want for the license plates?
Oh, make me an offer on all of them.
I don't know, I could do $15 for the works.
I'd say they're gone.
Done.
Done deal.
We finally broke the ice. We finally made a buy. Let's see where it goes from there. Whoa, look at that. Whoops. Holy smokes, it's a three-seater.
I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, especially Dave's, and in particular, Scott's.
Yeah!
There's nothing there for me.
Whoa, there's my hat. And look at the look on it, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, here, I'll give you a push.
At this point, I'm thinking, how do we cut our losses here? That chain's seized up. Say goodbye to Dave and tell him it's been a great afternoon, but on to the next pick.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I figured the only way we're gonna salvage this pick is if I can buy a motorcycle off of him that we can make $300 or $400 on. Do you have any running motorcycles?
Yeah. Well, here they are, guys.
Oh, geez, yeah, you got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I walk in the shed, and I see some interesting motorcycles. And I spot one that looks like it's in reasonably good nick. The Honda's the only one that doesn't look like it needs a bunch of work.
Okay, well, let's bring her out and fire her up for you guys.
I'm getting excited about that bike because I'm thinking if that thing runs, that's something we can sell. Oh, there you go. Sounded pretty good. The engine seemed tight on it.
Give her a try?
I think I'm going to take her for a test drive.
There you go. And it's one down and four up.
That transmission's tight.
Yep, not very many miles on it. She'd make her back all right.
Hey, if Scott don't come back, you want to go picking?
Sure.
Perfect. I can see him going off in the horizon. We might not see him again.
It ran pretty good. It had decent power for a little Honda 100. Any young kid can learn how to ride on it, and I do motorcycle swap meets, and those bikes sell all the time. I was going to do a wheelie, but it's been a while since I've done one of those. So.
Look at this smile on his face.
I'll tell you, I haven't had that much fun this pick. That's great. I was quite happy with that. Okay, why don't we shut her down and let's talk turkey on it. What do you want for this?
Well, I'd like to get $500 out of it with all the work I put into it.
I think the max retail on that bike's going to be $600 to $800, and I'm probably going to have to clean it up a little bit to get that kind of price on it. I know Sheldon. Sheldon's looking at it because he's thinking he doesn't want it because we're going to have to put it in the back of the truck. I'll tell you what I'm thinking, and I'm not trying to insult you, but I'm going to be reselling this, so I'm looking at the 175-2 range on it.
Well, I'd come down $100 for you.
I'm thinking, is there anything else I can throw into the deal to get the price down? I'm going to just take a quick look in the back room. There's this little bike. I just want to take a look at it. I'm just going to take it out in the sun. So I saw this little banana seat bike, not in real good condition, but it had a good look to it. That's a cute little guy, isn't he? Perfect for the kids to learn.
It's a little more my speed, Scott.
So I figured I'll see if we can maybe do a package deal on that. Tell you what, I'm prepared to go for this and the little bike, $270 final offer.
Well, I guess I could go for that. That'd be reasonable.
Okay, let's go sign her up.
Get my bill?
Get the bill of sale.
Okay.
And we'll get some cash for you.
All right.
That would look like fun.
That was a riot. I was happy because on some things he was just out into the moon, and other things he was really reasonable on. Because I do motorcycle swap meets, and guys are always looking for a nice period license plate to put on their bike. Okay, Sheldon, watch out. There you go. Okay, I think we got her, buddy.
All right, that's it for us then, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Dave,
Thanks a lot for
great
coming,
meeting
guys.
you. It was a lot of fun.
You guys have a good one?
Yeah.
Take her easy.
Okay. Holy smokes, just the massive amount of stuff. I have some fun getting on that bike. I'd drive it home, except you wouldn't see me for months.
Well, I'm going to pick up the speed driving home, so maybe you want to put the helmet on in the truck here. I got a call from a fellow by the name of Jim. Told me he had some really good stuff that he was motivated to sell. I love rolling into the yard and seeing a for sale sign.
And I thought, this is good news for us.
A golf cart starts zooming at us at breakneck speeds.
How's your day?
Hey, you'd be Jim Tilley.
That's me, the one and only. Pleasure.
So I see you've sold the place.
Yes, sir. It's just time to downsize.
And I'm trying to get my wife to convince herself that she will retire, and then we can take our big holiday trailer and go see some more of this country.
Well, so where should we start?
Well, we've got some pieces in the house.
Yeah, Jim had a house
Welcome to my humble abode.
and then several outbuildings, a couple of Quonsets, and there were things inside and out.
The more somebody has, the more likely we are we're going to hit a winner.
In this room here, we have a kind of a hockey sock full of different things.
I saw the toy truck, and I knew it was a Lincoln toy truck.
That little truck my wife has had for so many years. Actually, she was kind of reminiscing the other day about driving it around on the farm when she was in the sandbox and stuff as a little kid.
And I knew then I wasn't getting it for 10 bucks. Lincoln trucks are one of the toys I've sold a lot of, and there's a lot of people looking for Lincoln toys. So does that have some emotional attachment to her?
Not necessarily.
I said something like, well, would you take 50 bucks for it? And his eyes lit up when I said that, so I knew there was a deal to be made.
I think that will work.
Yeah, perfect. I figured that toy, we paid 50 for it. I think it's a pretty easy 100 and a quarter, maybe a bit more than that.
There's some photos over here, Jim.
These pictures do have some history.
Wow, what a great looking bunch of guys. I want that guy's hat.
Old photos are very marketable.
My grandfather was one of the carpentry foremen on Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens.
Wow. Well, that's a Toronto picture, too.
Yes, they all are.
So it's got to be something with a little bit of pizzazz to it.
This was showing how the men used to have to put telephone poles up.
Wow.
With what they called them pike poles, I believe.
That set of three, I thought, had some real kick to it.
I don't know. I think, realistically, $50
50
for the
bucks
three?
for the three? Yeah, I was thinking the same.
You guys, what, are you connected at the hip or what? Yeah.
He flips the puck over to me, and I put it in the net.
So is that good for you?
It works.
Okay.
All right,
We'll
thanks.
put these over here with the truck.
Okay.
When we're on a pick, we'll buy anything we can make a buck on.
There was a soapstone carving.
What would you want for him?
Cash.
Cash it is.
How much cash? Inuit carvings are a hit-and-miss proposition because the big money comes when you can identify them to particular artists. I'm a picker, so I'd like to pay it very, very little.
I understand that. 20 bucks.
20 bucks, you know what? That was a number that was in my head, so I'm not going to negotiate on that.
The
I like
wheels.
it. I like it.
The wheels are rolling.
Yes,
Okay.
they are.
There's great
Yes, it
things
is.
everywhere I look.
Well, that table there is a library table.
Yeah.
You got a cream separator on here.
They're quite decorative items, and it was pristine.
Well, this is a nice size.
You bet.
What
Yeah.
would you need out of that one?
We haven't got out of the house yet, so I'll leave the ball in your court on this one.
Well, I hope Jim doesn't show us the door, but 60 bucks.
75.
I love the art of negotiation. I really, really do.
Are you carrying it?
Do I look silly?
Oh, that's a toughie, eh?
This is the way I like to deal. Just because you go into the bay and say they want $100 for that shirt doesn't mean I'm going to pay it.
Some
This guy's done this before, hasn't he? We thought, you know what? Let's see if we can package that with the desk. Interested in selling the desk?
I do believe.
Well, it's a classic arts and crafts piece. It was in nice, original condition. I've handled lots and lots of these.
Right.
So to me, that's another sort of $100 purchase if you're interested.
Because why don't we just do 200 on the pair?
Yeah, then we're paying more than we want on the
you're paying
separator and more than
$50.
we want on the desk.
But
You're a good negotiator. You give him the benefit on the 100, I give you the benefit on the 75.
My only question is this. If you read in the paper tomorrow morning that there was an A-bomb went off here,
That'll be your wife?
would you please come to my memorial service? All right, guys, let's make it happen.
Okay,
Let's make it
good.
happen.
175
For the
on
pair.
the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
We were trying to grease him up so that we could get something else out of him at a better price later. Jim, I saw something here, and I'm wondering if it's something you'd be prepared to sell. This lovely cowboy hat. It might even fit me.
That's a Biltmore.
That is
That's
built more. You know,
That's a Calgary-made hat, self-styled by yours truly.
Jim shapes his own cowboy hats, and he shapes them just the way I like them. So what would you need out of a hat like that?
We got to start at least one.
One what? I'd like to pay 40 bucks for it. Put it back down there.
But if you want to add another 20 to that,
You are a hard bargainer. Does this look good enough for me to pay 60?
If you like it, you can't get too hurt on it.
it matches your canvas jacket.
You got a deal, 60 bucks.
You got it.
Very nice hat.
Looks good on you, my man.
Yeah, the ball was rolling. We were finding our groove.
Now, before you make too many inquiries, I will suggest to you that what you do see in here is 17 years of an auction sale junkie. That's me.
I'm scared now. Can I just dig around over there?
Certainly may.
When I walked into the Quonset hut, I thought to myself, not going to be anything in there. But nope, you got some dead animals over here. Oh, a spoon collection. Less than desirable collectibles. Oh, that's nasty.
That is bad, isn't it?
In the back, I could see some trunks and things, and you turn around towards the door.
And these branding irons. Would you part with them?
I'm going to keep one B, one X, and one half diamond. The others are for sale.
1B and 1S. Scott and I both have a soft spot for branding irons. That leaves 4 odd branding irons.
A lot of farmers will buy branding irons and they will screw them to the outside of their sheds as decorative items. Looks like either an odd S or an odd Z. If you can get one from an important ranch, that can be a really good branding iron. I think we need to do a bulk buy on those ones.
6 irons, what do you say, 90 bucks, 15 bucks an iron?
Yeah.
Done.
The interesting thing is, even at that price, he hesitated. And I'm thinking, we're paying you more than they're worth, and you're hesitating.
I felt very good about it.
Ah.
How many times do you see a bag of marbles, and they're all landfill, right?
Yeah.
And look at this.
Oh,
One,
yeah, one,
two, for sure, 2 turn-of-the-century marbles.
Good hunting. Where were you, in this
I was
box
just in
here?
this box. Let's see if there's any.
Keep digging, Scott.
More marbles. At the turn of the century, they had marbles that they actually blew from glass. The way you can tell the difference is because the ponto. And it looks to me like we've got a bunch of good ones in here. Most of them had inner cores that make them even more desirable.
For me, that's what makes antiques interesting. You know, a lot of the products that we take for granted today were made with quality in mind. They've stood the test of time, everything down to that little tiny glass marble.
We probably won't have to pay a lot for them.
I don't know, you're dealing with Jim.
What are you guys doing rooting around in my shed here?
How much would it take for you to lose your marbles?
Actually, what I prefer to find out is how much it's going to cost me to get them back.
Normally, when you get a couple bags of marbles like that, you can hold them up and get them for $5. But Jim was tough.
I really don't know. Talk to me.
Well, here's the problem. When you ask me that question, I have to tell you the truth. Jim wouldn't set a price on anything. He made us tell him what we would pay. These ones are, for the most part, landfill. But there's a few in here that are good. They're good because these are turn-of-the-century marbles. I would give you 40 bucks for the marbles.
Sold.
I made him, I think, a pretty fair offer because I can tell you, he would have put those in a garage sale for like $5, and that's what he would have got for them. Wow. You know, I've got this thing about cowboy hats. Up hanging on a set of antlers, I saw another cowboy hat. Seems to be the same size as my head.
Every once in a while, we're buying for ourselves.
That's not too bad, is it?
You look cool, my man. You look really cool.
Now, this is a bit of a beater. It's got a little wear inside there.
Yeah, it does. But that's called experience.
I hope you're going to treat me a little bit kinder on this one.
Just to show you that my heart's in the right place, we're going 6-0 on the brown one. We round it out to an even, nice little 100 bill, and you own the pair of them.
You know, Jim, this is way more than I would ever pay for a hat this bad, but I got to have it. So we got a deal.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Okay.
Yeah, but you got to have the 2 good hats together. There you go.
See, I told you the top was most comfortable, right?
Now you're cooking. Yeah.
Jim, it was a pleasure.
My man, I'll tell you what, it was a good time.
We got a lot of good stuff, and we had a lot of fun.
You're going to have to teach him how to wear hats there.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Whoa. I'm getting back in the truck before I lose my hat.
Happy trails.
See you
See
later.
you guys.
Hey, well, that was one fun pick.
You know, that made the day. I wasn't sure what we were going to find there, but wow, we filled the truck at least. It was fun negotiating with him because he had it in his mind that he was going to be a little tough, and he was, and he didn't take any bull on anything. I'm wearing my new lucky hat right now. That's for tomorrow. This Badlands is incredible. It's just amazing how this just sort of sits right in the middle of Alberta, and 30 miles on either side of it. You'd not like that.
You'd never know it was here.
Yeah. I can't believe I've never stalked it. This is just fun. Yeah, it's just amazing.
We've got another pick to go to. In Wayne, an old coal mining town. Lots of coal around here.
I would never have thought to come here had it not been for the phone call.
I'm Fred, and I live in Wayne, Alberta. Been here for 54 years, raised in the old Last Chance Saloon.
My understanding is the bar's not going to be running much longer, so we might have a chance.
The bar is for sale.
Who knows? There could be something in there. There could be something real good.
Ever considered a change of career?
Not in Wayne.
Current population in Wayne today is 27 people.
Wow, look at this. Step back in time. I love it.
Let's just walk in, scope the place out, figure out if there's anything here for us or whether or not this is a wild goose chase. Looks like you on Saturday night, that guy with the boots up, head down. Well, ready?
Yeah, let's go in.
Howdy, fellas.
Hey.
Hey,
How we doing?
great place you got here.
Oh, thanks.
I heard the bar was for sale, though.
Yeah, I've been at it for 27 years, and it's time to semi-retire. Whoa!
That I love.
Well, it's really interesting, isn't it?
The saloon was built in 1913.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
This was a coal mining town, gotten a lot of history from old-timers that used to live here. There's some artifacts from the mines and the houses that were here back when the place was booming. By the middle 50s, all the mines in Wayne were closed.
Everywhere I look, there's fantastic stuff.
Collected a lot of this stuff from when I was a kid, not knowing that, you know, it would become my favorite things later on in life.
What's the story on the photo of Wayne?
Well, that photo was from the early 20s. We had over 2,500 people. We had stores, banks, booming
The
town.
circa 1900 strip mall.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that photo something that you'd let go? I'm sure 1,000 people have asked him if he'd sell it before.
Probably not. That was a gift from an old friend of mine, actually.
All the good things are gifts.
All the good things are gifts, yeah. This whole bandbox in the corner here, my friend Ted Carter, he gave it to me. It came out of the old bus depot in Calgary. I'll get her fired up.
That's really interesting. Oh, here we go. Wow. The lights are on and everything.
Yeehaw!
Fantastic, eh?
That's beautiful. I could see that in my house. Have you ever had any good offers on it?
10 grand on that.
Wow.
Yeah. Ted wanted it somewhere where basically the whole world could see it, and that would be here at the Last Chance Saloon. We're kind of a crossroads to the world.
We wanted to own a piece of that, but it wasn't going to happen.
What about the boar's head?
A fella hunted him with a bow in northern Alberta.
Seriously?
Yeah, had his stuff, brought it home to his wife, and his wife said, not in my house.
Could that be up for sale?
It could be, yeah.
What would you want for that?
Well, good question. If I did sell it, you know, I'd probably have to maybe talk to the owner. I know he gave it to me, but he might have fallen in love with it since then.
Maybe his wife has too, right? He wants it back. The carrot is dangled and then it's snatched away. That's really tough for a picker. I found a stereoscope and some cards. Is that something that you might be interested in parting with?
I think we could.
Before moving pictures, that was a way to get you into places that you'd never seen before, and in 3D.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's no question about that. The Theater of Satan.
Now, the stereoscopes themselves are not that hard to find, but the good cards are. What would it take to separate you from the stereoscope and cards?
Probably around $225.
His prices were through the moon. I think one of the reasons may have been because he wasn't interested in selling it.
Niagara Falls.
Oh, yeah.
People made offers that were ridiculous. And so that's what he thinks the price is. Well, there's a lot of stuff we'd like to buy, but I think you're attached to most of it.
I am attached to a fair bit of it, all right.
That's the peril of being a picker. People think they want to sell, and then when push comes to shove, they're just not ready. Well, maybe that's one to leave here, if you don't mind, just aside for a minute.
Yeah.
What's happening here today is exactly what I feared might happen. That fly cop sign. Looks like it's from sort of the 1930s, maybe 40s.
As far as selling it, somebody wanted to buy it last week.
And what did they offer you?
They didn't offer because I told them it wasn't for sale.
Okay, well, is it for sale today?
What do you offer?
Everything I was asking about, he couldn't part with. What do you want?
1,000?
No, it's not worth 1,000.
There we go, then.
He wouldn't part with bull snake. on the wall up there. Is that something you would consider moving?
No.
Or you had to talk to somebody about parting with it. The boar's head, do you have to make a call on that? And then he wouldn't talk to somebody about parting with it.
I better hold on to it. I'm just sorry to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't sell it.
From time to time, I do sell stuff out of my saloon. The majority of it I like to keep.
Hey, time to make a couple last offers and move along.
You got a Coke button in the back room. What are you thinking about that?
Oh, it's worth a couple grand.
Couple grand.
Yeah.
Couple grand. Come on now, friend.
Yeah, and I always laugh when I see people putting huge prices on those things because they think they're rare. Well, every corner store in Canada had at least 2 of them.
This one happened to be all shot up.
That would work out to about, what, $400 or $500 a hole?
About that, yeah. When I buy stuff for myself, a lot of people will give me a bit of a deal on it because it is for me and I'm gonna keep it, not just turn it over.
That come from around here too?
Did, yeah. Another gift.
When it comes right down to it, we just can't afford to pay for sentimentality.
Just before I leave, can I get one of these jalapeno pickled eggs to go, please?
Oh, yeah, you gotta try one of them.
I love pickled eggs.
Hoo-wee.
Smell that,
Smells
eh?
like the prairies, yes.
That'll be $1.50, please. Thank you very much. Well, it's always good to make a sale, regardless.
That is beautiful. The best thing about that pick was the pickled eggs.
I'm glad they were here and I enjoyed their company.
I'm really glad I got to see the Last Chance Saloon. Probably my last chance to see it. Wasn't great picking, but there's always another pick, and there's not always another pickled egg. Scott and I have a pretty good broad knowledge on a lot of things, but certain things we have associates that are experts. Sid's a friend of both of ours. We both respect his opinion.
I take a few pictures and emailed them to Sid last night. Now we're gonna give him a call and find out what he has to say.
Hey, Sid, it's Sheldon. Scott sent you some photos. There was that truck.
Would you take $50 for it?
Did you get a chance to look at it?
I did. Nice truck. These are really popular with collectors in Canada.
Do you have a feel for a price, Sid?
It should sell for somewhere between $150 and $200.
Oh, excellent. Hey, that's good news. There was 3 photographs.
Realistically, $50
$50
for the 3?
for the 3? Yeah.
It works.
Okay. So I'm dying to know what you think they're worth.
As a collection, they might be worth more than individually, but you should easily get $50 to $75 a piece.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's one we'll make a buck on.
And last but not least, my marbles. What do you think about them?
Yeah, that was an interesting group, too.
I would give you $40 for the marbles. Give me the good or bad news.
You probably can get $10 to $15 a piece for those nicer ones. The other ones, $5 to $8 each.
Hey, fantastic.
Yes, excellent again.
Hey, good luck on the road.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Sid. See ya.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You do want to drive?
I'll try.
I don't like that.
I like to keep you on edge, yeah. We've made a few bucks and we're on our way to pick some more, so that's really encouraging.